Hey guys, Chris here, back for part now, I believe 6 of my CD collection. I say we're about halfway through the A's now, which is just insane that it's already 6 parts and I'm doing about like 25 CDs, I think, per stack. I mean, I'm not counting them, I'm just, getting a stack that looks like it's just, the same size. Yeah, it's gonna take me forever. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope that there's at least 1 or 2 things in each of these that you might be like, oh hey, I forgot about that, or you have no idea what it is and you're checking it out. This reminds me of I've been watching Classy Metal, his YouTube channel for a while now, way before I was making videos, and I believe he's doing the same thing where he's going through his collection. He has been for a long time now, and I forget how many parts he's got, but I think he just put out a new video, and it's like he's in the eaves, but like if you see how many videos he's got, and it's just insane. And I have a feeling mine's going to be just as not bad, because it's I enjoy listening to him, but I just mean like, just the sheer volume of CDs that we have is just sickening, if you want to look at it that way. But a good sick. So starting off, I have 2 from Amorphous, the Carillion Isthmus, I think would be how you say that, and Tales from the Thousand Lakes, which I believe has the I believe it's has some sort of demo on it or something that they tacked on the end of it. Yeah. But anyways, these are their first 2. I like most of their stuff. These are the only 2 that I went out of my way to buy. These are their this is pretty much just straight up old school death metal stuff. This one is classic. It definitely leans more towards the doom metal side. There's a little bit more, it's not just straightforward death metal. While it's mainly death, but it's got some other elements that really mixes it up a little bit. I mean, not to say that I don't like some of their later stuff, because I like it all, but those are the only 2 that I like went out of my way to find. I haven't really searched up the other ones, but if I ever were to come across them, I would grab them. Next one I got is Amputation, Slaughtered in the Arms of God, which is, I believe, it says right here, Demon Az's, from Immortal, obviously. He was part of this band. I forget the year that this came out. This was, I want to say late 80s, or maybe 90. It doesn't say. But this is really good stuff. This is some really good like death thrash type stuff. If you like, like the early death albums or early cannibal albums, or Master, or stuff like that, you'd probably dig that. And it's interesting to hear Demon Az playing in something other than Immortal. The next short little stack I got here is all from the same band, Anal Nakarath. Nakarath. I've never known how to correctly say it. I have Endarkment. I have Total Fucking Necro. I have, what's this one? In the Constellation of the Black Widow. I mean, their covers are so dark, it's hard to see. The Codex Necro. Hell is Empty and All the Devils Are Here. And When Fire Rains Down from the Sky, Mankind Will Reap What It Has Sown, or As It Has Sown. If you're familiar with them, there's really like no way to properly describe them. They're just a crazy, they're a combination of grind metal, death metal, black metal, some industrial stuff, among other things. I've seen them labeled, and I believe even on their wiki, they're just labeled as an extreme metal band, and I think that's very fitting because they just cover so many areas. And that's only about half of their albums. I want to say they have like 11 albums out, along with some EPs. I've never heard anything bad from them. They're an exceptional band. They're just, if you know them, you know that they're out there, way out there. And the next thing I got is anachronism, I believe is how you would say it, reflecting the inside. This is some, I hesitate to really call it like traditional, what you would consider tech death, because there's enough melodic stuff in this to grab me as someone who doesn't enjoy tech death at all. Um, but it definitely has those elements of like the, I don't know what sounds you would call it with the that they make with the guitar, like the sweeping sound and the. I'm not a big fan of that. They do a lot of that in here, but not. They don't. It's not overkill. This isn't my usual cup of tea, and I think I see that with pretty much every tech death band that I show. I do enjoy them. The next thing I got, another 4 of them from the same band, is Anacrusis, who are a, if you want to call them progressive, thrash band. They were an interesting band. I don't hear a lot of people talking about them, and I believe that they deserve a lot more credit than they get. I have Screams and Whispers, Suffering Hour, which is also a great modern old school death metal band. If anybody's never heard of them, Suffering Hour kicks ass. Reason, and Manic Impressions. If you've never heard of them, they're definitely worth a check out. I'm surprised that they never became more of a bigger deal than they were. I don't know the band's story. I don't know what happened to them. If there's any particular reason why they didn't, make it big for as big as you could get in this scene, really. But they're worth checking out for sure if you're not familiar with them. The next one I've got, Anagnorisis. I don't know, dude. Anagnorisis, we'll go with that. Beyond All Light. This is just some straight up US black metal stuff. Not much to really say. Yeah. It goes without saying that, a lot of these, there's only so much I can say. There's only, I'm not the kind of person that, clearly, as you can see, I'm not the kind of person that can just really limit himself to buying CDs of my favorite of all time. I don't own anything that I don't like for the most part. I mean, maybe there's a few of a band that I love, a few albums that they do that I'm not a fan of, but there's nothing that I have that I don't enjoy. It's just that, for example, I have just a lot of, black metal stuff, and, there's only so many things I can say about the same stuff. I'm not going to sit here and break down, the differences between every little, black metal or death metal album. But anything I show, if you're not familiar, I highly suggest you check it out. I believe that I have decent taste in music, and I hope that if there's something in here that I like that you have never heard of, I would hope that you go check it out. Anyways, this one I have no idea how to say. I wrote it down for myself here. Anadonia, Anhedonia, Anadonia, I guess. And the name of the album is, if I could even see it, it's not even in English anyway, so I'm not going to bother. I'll try to let you see the cover so you can get, the cover is really basically just all black. It's basically atmospheric black metal. If you're into that kind of thing, I have to really be in the mood for atmospheric black metal. And even then, when I'm in the mood, I feel like there's a few that I always will gravitate to. I typically don't, stretch myself too far in that genre. Whatever. The next band, I'll just say AC. I'm not going to say the full band name. If you know it, you know it. I'm sure most of you do. This is I Like It When You Die and Everyone Should Be Killed. Just an insane band. I remember seeing some of their stuff as a kid at Newbury Comics when I go shopping with my parents, and just reading the back of the the CD, because that's, if you can really see it, I'm not sure. There's like, what is there, like 50 something songs on here, or almost 60. You know, granted, obviously not, you know, nothing more than like 30 seconds to a minute, but yeah, those are all song titles. It's just, they're a crazy band. I'm sure most of you are familiar with them. This is Anata, I believe, Under a Stone with No Inscription. Again, this is another one that I don't know if I'd hesitate to call it tech death, but I guess that's probably just where it would fall under. Again, it's like got some melodic elements to it that I enjoy. The vocals are really interesting in this, a little unique. Definitely a band worth checking out. Then I've got Anathema, and it's the only one I have by them, which is Resonance, which is just like a compilation of their slower stuff. And I believe there's a few unreleased things on here. But this is basically just like a, you know, it's very chill. It's almost like, I wouldn't say like campfire music necessarily, but it's that kind of vibe. It's just very low-key stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I like the band, and it's somehow the only one I have of theirs. I don't know how that worked out. The next one I've got is An Autumn for Crippled Children. As the Morning Dawns, We Close Our Eyes. They're like post-black metal. Just think like hipster black metal in the sense of Death Heaven, even though they're not so much anymore. But along those lines, you know, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoy it. Let's see. Wait a minute. I think things got a little out of order here. Okay. In Caligon, I believe is how you would say it. Gateway Spectre. Some pretty straight up just... Oh, damn it. These stupid little things. These little things to push the CD in. I swear to God. Like, some cases must be made out of like much cheaper plastic, and it's like as soon as you even touch the disc, like all of them just push in and they're broken. This is some pretty straight up black metal. Not much to really say about it. It's good, but it's, you know. Then I've got Ancestral Shadows. Preserving All Darkness in This World. I'm pretty sure, this one I don't remember as much. I'm pretty sure this is just some US black metal. I think this is even local to my area, you know, around where I'm at. Yeah, North Andover, Mass, which is unusual. I don't hear a lot of black metal bands coming from my surrounding area, New England. Not to say that there isn't any, but in New England, I don't hear of a lot of black metal bands. Where, you know, I feel like we got a lot of like hardcore, a lot of punk stuff, but not usually a lot of that stuff. The next thing I got is Ancient Ascendant, Echoes and Cinder. And from the cover, you would probably think that this is like some kind of stoner doom type stuff, but it's not. It's some really gnarly black and death metal. This is one to really check out. If you pick one album to check out of all of these, I would check this one out. I mean, I would check anything out that you might not know in this stack, but I would check this one out. I would make it a priority if you have not heard it. Next thing I got, which pretty much speaks for itself, is Angel Corpse, The Inexorable. Yeah, if you know it, you know it. Some insane US death metal. I mean, crazy. Last two I've got is Angel Witch. They're self-titled, which is the 30th anniversary edition, and As Above, So Below. They're a really great, just traditional heavy metal band. Yeah, I don't know. For a long time, this kind of stuff wasn't my style. I could never really get into this kind of stuff, and it wasn't until I would say up until a few years ago. I don't know if it's just a matter of, you know, growing up, being more mature, having more of a I don't know. I don't know what it is. For a long time, like, the dude's vocals didn't, especially on this one, didn't do it for me. It was just not something I was used to hearing, and it's I'm not one to I don't know. For vocals, I'm weird. It's hard to explain. Like, if I don't like the vocals right away. Like I tend to just put something aside. Um, like I was the same with King Diamond for the longest time. I couldn't listen to him because of the vocals. But once I like, it almost sounds silly, but like you force yourself to sit there and listen to it. King Diamond's a much more extreme example. This is not quite to that extent, but once I sat down, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I watched a lot of you guys talk about it in your videos, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna listen to Angel Witch, and it just, I don't know. Then it clicked for me, and now I think that whole genre of like that, late '70s, '80s, heavy metal scene, like now is probably one of my favorite little subgenres of music. So yeah, Angel Witch, I don't think I need to go into much more of them, but yeah, in the beginning, it was like the vocals just wasn't something I was used to hearing. It was just such a shock to me. Like, I'm weird with vocals. I know a lot of people tend to be the other way, like they focus more on the instrumental and they can tune out vocals, but I'm like the opposite. I'm like a very vocal first type person. It's the same reason I can't get into a lot of bands. It's one of the main reasons I can't get into tech death. It's because I can't. A lot of the vocals are just too. I mean, the music to me is stupid half the time, anyways. But the vocals themselves are just like the burpy type vocals. Like, this might be controversial, and I'm glad I'm saving this for the end of the video. But fuck Demolich. I know they're like people consider that album to be like one of the greatest. And the earliest examples of tech death. I think that band sucks. I think the music is amazing. The vocals are a joke. I can't even, but that's a topic for another day. Now that I, ended the video pissing you guys off. Oh, excuse me. So that's it for this video. I'm hoping by maybe the end of next week or the end of, who knows, if I'm really pushing myself, maybe I'll get it done by the end of this week, but hopefully get ourselves into the B's, which would be nice. It'd be very exciting. I'm just trying to, crank through these as much as I can, while not trying to make it seem like I'm rushing through, because I'm not. I enjoy talking about a lot of this stuff. And some of this stuff, like I've said, I've listened to and I'm going to put aside to maybe talk about in some other videos a little more in depth. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. Until next time, I'll see you later.